Hey, you guys, today we are going to talk about why visibility without value is dangerous as a CEO. See, if you don't realize that you are being visible and it can either increase your value or decrease your value, it can cost you money, especially if you're not motivating. I want you to understand that in that process, you are calibrating, not motivating. Let me say something that you won't hear in highlight reels. Visibility can be dangerous, not because it's wrong, but because it's seductive, especially if you've already built something that's successful. You got the revenue, you've got the recognition, you got the right people checking for you, but now you're performing more than you're profiting. And the more visible you become, the more exposed any misalignment in your company shows up. And your misalignment gets really visible. If your business model can't hold the weight of your visibility, then your success is going to break in public. I want to tell you guys a little bit about a person that I was working with, a business owner that I was working with, who was doing around $8.5 million a year. She had several locations and she had 20, I think it was like 23 people who worked for her. And she had some really great viral content on top of the products that she delivered. The challenge for her and her company was that her back end was stuck together by bubble gum and plastic tape and a couple of bobby pins. What do I mean by that? She had stitched together all of this system with apps and assistance and some prayer. So while she was out there winning some awards on the stage, she was bleeding cash behind the scene. And the bigger she got, the bigger she, more she did, the more visible she became, it just made her a face that the people started to wonder about. And she started to realize that she couldn't trust in the machine that she had built. Because while the brand was growing, the business was drowning in poor infrastructure. And you know what? Nobody claps when you burn out at scale. What do I mean? All that happens when you burn out at scale because you're held together by some duct tape and bubble gum is that people point fingers and say, you did this is your fault. And in a sense, they would be right because you use bubble gum and duct tape to hold your business together when in reality, if you had system structure, strategy, and some soul, your business would be able to run even when you're not there. So here's the three things I wanted to tell you guys about when it comes to visibility without value. Number one, your operational situation is going to be exposed. What you don't put in place is either going to enhance you if you've done it right or expose you if you've done it wrong. And the world gets to see you. So when you're scaling, if you already got a system that has a problem, you're just going to scale chaos. And what happens is the more clients you get, the more cracks in the system. It's like the little boy that put his finger in the dam trying to hold the water back, and the crack just spread and spread and spread. That's operational exposure. That's one of the first dangerous outcomes of visibility without value. The second one is reputation drain. Y'all know I talk about act like a leader. And that means you got to have some assets, you got to have some character, and you got to have some transformations. Well, part of that asset is your reputation, and your reputation is built on results. And see, people will remember unmet promises more than they will remember a polished promotion. Now, what do I mean? I mean, think about Yelp. Yelp will definitely show you up, meaning that people will go to Yelp and they will put all the bad reviews. But when it comes to getting some good service, they ain't over there at Yelp. They're not over there telling people how good your company was. They're only there when they're telling people how bad it was. That's reputation drain. Visibility simply magnifies the disconnect between what you say and what you deliver. And then the third dangerous outcome of visibility without value, that is false momentum. Let me tell you something. If you out there and you're up at 6 and you're working till 9 and you're doing everything and you're making sure everybody is doing what they say, you feel busy. You look booked. But when you look at your bottom line, your profit margins and your retention and your sanity tell a different story. Now I notice I said margins, retentions, and sanity. Why? Because your profit margin tell you if you're making any money. Retention means that your clients aren't leaving, and your sanity is that you're not going insane. So, what am I telling you? I'm telling you that if you are out there as an intentional CEO, you have got to be aware that visibility without value is going to cost you in the long run. Understand this. You didn't build this company to chase trends. You didn't do that. You wanted to build a company that solved problems, that created impact, right? And in order to do that, you must sustain it. You must have a structure behind the spotlight, a structure that says that you do the same thing over and over and over again that delivers value, because a business with value has clear systems. That's the first thing. They have client journeys that are solid, that the people go through on a regular basis. They have a leader that has a leadership model that doesn't burn you out. I mean, you can take a vacation if you want to take a vacation. You can leave and you can chill on the beach, right? But your company is still running. And it has a business that has a strategy that is not dependent on being seen. It's dependent on being sold. Come on now. You need to make some money, right? So if your company is making several $1,000,000, but that's the revenue, that's the top line number. The question is, what's that bottom line number? What are those profit margins look like? I talked to one gentleman that we were working with. He's making $22 million a day. I'm sorry, a year. But the problem with making that kind of money is that if you don't have strong systems, strong structure, strong strategy, you are going to burn out, because somewhere in that methodology, you are watching your money flow and blow out the window. And that's exactly what he was doing. So if you're tired of being the bottleneck, if you're tired of not having the right kind of brand, and if you're tired of being all the brand and the backup plan, it's time to rebuild correctly, properly. If this spoke to you, it's not because you're broken. It's because you're too big to keep building like you are. It's time to build like this is year 5 or year 10, not year 1. You're not in year 1 anymore. It's time to make sure you have strong structures, strong systems, strong strategy, and most importantly, that your soul is strong enough to be able to support this business. I'll show you how to install those, and also how to turn visibility into velocity. And finally, how to build your business that can breathe without you. Because if you don't build a business that you don't need a vacation from, you're not building a business, you're building a job. See, here's the thing you need to keep in mind. You don't need more visibility. You need to be more viable. Let's go build that. So if this resonated with you, click the button below and follow me, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with somebody else who knows that they want to go beyond burnout. Subscribe to the CEO Whisperer, and I'll see you in the next video.